What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to the channel. The Dallas Cowboys are in full off-season mode, looking to improve and build a roster that can deliver big results in 2025. We've got some major news to discuss today, a potential key addition to the secondary and the latest update on Micah Parsons' long-awaited contract extension. Before we dive in, make sure to smash that like button if you love talking Cowboys football and subscribe to the channel so you never miss an update. Let's get into it. Let's start with the secondary. The Cowboys lost a key piece in free agency when Jourdan Lewis signed a 3-year, $30 million deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars. For years, Lewis was one of the most underrated nickel cornerbacks in the NFL. His departure leaves a huge hole in the slot, and now the question is, who steps in to fill that role? According to Christian D'Andrea of For the Win, one player who makes a lot of sense for Dallas is Mike Hilton, a veteran slot corner who was once considered one of the best in the league. Hilton, now 31, had a rough 2024 season, but so did the entire Cincinnati Bengals defense. Despite that, he still brings experience. Hilton has been in the league since 2016 and knows how to read offenses. Toughness. He's one of the most physical nickel corners in football. Playmaking ability. Throughout his career, he's made big plays in crucial moments. With Lewis gone, Hilton could step in as a veteran presence, help mentor younger players, and provide much-needed stability in the secondary. Hilton's market has been quiet so far, likely due to Cincinnati's defensive struggles last season. That could work in Dallas's favor. If the Cowboys can sign Hilton on a team-friendly deal, he could be the perfect short-term solution while they develop younger talent. But will Jerry Jones and the front office actually pull the trigger? That's the big question. Let us know in the comments. Should Dallas sign Mike Hilton to replace Jourdan Lewis, or should they look for a younger option in the draft? Now let's shift gears to one of the biggest storylines of the Cowboys offseason, Micah Parsons' contract extension. Remember last season when Parsons hinted that he wanted an extension before free agency? Yeah, that didn't happen. And as of now, nothing is imminent. Here's what we know. Talks have started, but they're still in the early stages. Parsons wants a deal before training camp, but there's no real progress yet. The edge rusher market is exploding, which could impact negotiations. Just recently, we saw Max Crosby's massive extension with the Raiders at $35.5 million per year. Myles Garrett's insane 4-year, $160 million deal with the Browns. That means Parsons' asking price could skyrocket. Look, Micah Parsons is a generational talent, a guy who's been a Pro Bowler every single season since entering the league. His stats? At least 12 sacks in each of his 4 seasons. An absolute game wrecker on defense. So yeah, he's going to get paid. The Cowboys could be looking at a contract north of $35 million per year, making Parsons one of the highest-paid defensive players in NFL history. We've seen this before, right? CeeDee Lamb's extension came after training camp began. Dak Prescott's deal was finalized literally on the day of the regular season opener. If history repeats itself, this might take a while. One thing is clear. Dallas needs to lock Parsons in long term. They already lost DeMarcus Lawrence to Seattle, so Parsons is the centerpiece of this defense moving forward. Right now, the Cowboys' quarterback situation is a little shaky behind Dak Prescott. Let's break it down. Dak is the clear QB1 heading into 2025. No surprises there. But who's the backup? That's where things get complicated. Who's left on the roster? Right now, the only other quarterback on the roster is Will Grier. And let's be honest, in a perfect world, he's your third-string emergency QB, not your primary backup. For the last 7 seasons, that job belonged to Cooper Rush. He was the definition of a solid backup, stepping in when needed and winning some crucial games for Dallas. But earlier this month, Rush signed with the Baltimore Ravens to be Lamar Jackson's backup for the next 2 years. That leaves the Cowboys in desperate need of a reliable QB2. And according to reports, they may already have their eyes on a trade target. This report comes from ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, who says, Joe Milton, this is a really interesting name in this quarterback carousel we're talking about because he has trade interest. The Patriots are exploring a trade. I'm told several teams are interested. One team to potentially watch for is the Dallas Cowboys because they are looking for a good backup. A young backup with upside they may not get in the draft, maybe they get in a trade. Who? Is Joe Milton? For those who aren't familiar, Joe Milton III was a sixth-round pick in the 2024 NFL Draft out of Tennessee. College career spent 3 seasons at Michigan before transferring to Tennessee. Best season was in 2023 when he threw for 2,813 yards, 20 touchdowns, and only 5 interceptions, known for his rocket arm and mobility. NFL experience appeared in 1 game last season for New England, finished with 241 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and no interceptions. This is not a guy you bring in to compete with Dak Prescott, but if the Cowboys want a young, athletic QB with upside to develop as a long-term backup, Milton could be their guy. Milton has the physical tools. The biggest selling point for Milton? His arm strength is off the charts. This guy can throw a football 70-plus yards in the air with ease. That's a valuable trait for a team like the Cowboys, especially when you think about deep shots to CeeDee Lamb or Brandon Cooks. On top of that, he's mobile, something Dallas has always valued in their backup QBs. If something were to happen to Dak, Milton's ability to move around the pocket and make plays would be a big plus. A young backup with upside. The Cowboys could sign a veteran free agent quarterback or draft a late-round guy, but Milton already has 1 year of NFL experience under his belt. With the right coaching, he could develop into a solid long-term backup, similar to how the Cowboys groomed Cooper Rush. Would it be worth the cost? Here's the big question. What would the Cowboys have to give up? Milton was a 6th-round pick last year, so the Patriots likely aren't asking for a huge price tag. Maybe a late-round pick or a conditional draft selection. If that's the case, it might be a better option than using a draft pick on an unproven rookie. Other options: free agency or draft. Of course, trading for Milton isn't the only option. The Cowboys could still sign a free agent quarterback. There are some veteran options still available, but none with high upside. Draft a rookie QB. They could use a late-round pick on a guy to develop. So what's the best move? It depends on what the Cowboys value most. If they want a veteran backup who's ready to step in immediately, free agency is the way to go. They want a young QB to develop behind Dak. Trading for Milton could make a lot of sense. All right, Cowboys Nation, let's wrap it up. There are 2 major storylines to watch. Will the Cowboys sign Mike Hilton to replace Jordan Lewis? How long will it take to get Micah Parsons' extension done? Now, we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Do you think Mike Hilton would be a good fit for Dallas, or should they look for a younger corner in the draft? How much should the Cowboys pay Micah Parsons? Should he be the highest paid defender in the NFL? And of course, don't forget, smash that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any Cowboys news, turn on notifications so you stay up to date on all things Cowboys. That's it for today, Cowboys Nation. We'll see you in the next one.